We are going over my week 2 of the High Roller Draft League against Teambuilding. I'm going to be showing his team, my team, what I went into building it, what thought process I had building it, how I wanted to counter his team, all this kinds of stuff. We're going to watch the match live just like we did with our week 1 match. It's going to be lit. It's going to be a good time. What is up, everybody? Once again, it is week 2 of the High Roller Draft League. There are 36 of us playing in this league. $100 buy-in. Every time you lose, you got to pay up 25 bucks. You want to make it to playoffs to get your money back. So stakes are high. It's a best of 3, and it's a awesome series. So if you guys haven't seen episode 1, I'm going to show you guys my team, why I drafted what I did, all that kinds of stuff. So check out episode 1 on the channel. And it also has week 1 in the same video. But this is week 2, ladies and gentlemen, against my opponent, Teambuilding. And so, you guys can see my team. My 2 S tiers are Excadrill and Moltres. And then my opponent's team right here is Teambuilding. So let's zoom in just a little bit more. But yeah, his 2 S tiers. He's got Feeny and Cinderace. Both very flexible S tiers as well. I kind of talked about that I liked Excadrill and Moltres because they were such flexible Pokemon. They could do multiple different things. They could hold multiple different items. They don't rely on Dynamaxing. And I don't think Feeny and Cinderace are like that either. So a good lineup. He's got the annoying Ferrothorn. If you're not packing a fire move in the late game, you could just get walled out by Ferro. Massive Life Orb, Hustle, Dracozolt I gotta watch out for. And then I have to worry about copycat Trick Room shenanigans with, there you go, Riolu and, Reuniclus right there, right? Like, they could get the copycat Trick Room up, start sweeping. They got some great Trick Room sweepers like Surfetch'd, even Ferrothorn, Kingdra and Riolu. We've got Rain Dance potentially there for the Swift Swim. Articuno has competitive. I'm not too scared of that as I do not have Intimidate on my team. Gengar's kind of scary. You guys have seen that I've had a bit of a poison weakness. Ninetales, Rotom, and Clefable, all weak to poison. And then, this was a big one, guys, Lycanroc on Teambuilding's squad. Because Lycanroc is the only Pokemon in the game to get this move, guys, Accelerock. This is quick attack, but a rock move, okay? Only Pokemon except Smeargle, Teehee, to get Accelerock. And that's the scary thing, is that Accelerock priority can hit my Talonflame and just completely knock out Talonflame. But Talonflame is faster than Lycanroc. So we're going to be even in terms of, Tailwind into Accelerock. My Tailwind will go first, is what I'm trying to say. But Riolu gets Faint, which is +2 priority. So it would go before Talonflame, right? It would break my Gale Wings, making it so I don't go first anymore. And then the Accelerock comes in faster than me and can take out Talonflame before I get Tailwind up. I knew that Talonflame was massive in this matchup. It can stop the copycat Trick Room with its priority. It can dual Wing Beat Riolu to get rid of it. And it can also give me Tailwind, as simple as that, the speed control that I need to outspeed his team and just go in. So I knew Talonflame was extremely, extremely important. So when I show you guys the team that I cooked up, let's start with Talonflame. This EV spread and item Chardy Berry on Talonflame. With this investment, I survive Faint from Riolu plus Choice Band Adamant Accelerock from Lycanroc. And I thought that was a really cool tech. I think it completely protected me from Lycanroc. The only thing that could have beaten this or played around this was Faint and then Scarf Stone Edge Lycanroc, I think would have killed Talonflame. But obviously I think that is a bit ambitious. I really didn't think I would be playing against that. And even if he did go for that turn 1, it's my other partner just gets to do whatever it wants. So I've got dual Wing Beat and enough attack investment to OHKO a kind of lazy, I would say, max HP, non-Eviolite Riolu. So I've got the dual Wing Beat for that. Jolly Overheat with 31 special attack IVs. OHKO's max HP Ferrothorn. Tailwind, of course. And then I've got Will-O-Wisp. Now, he does have Tapu Fini, as we can see. But he's got a few Pokemon that I still think I could weave a Will-O-Wisp onto, such as if Cinderace changes itself into a flying type, or if I change the terrain myself with something like Max Electric from Rotom or something like that. So I still thought Will-O-Wisp was pretty valuable to have, and it's not like Feeney's going to be on the field at all times, right? So I thought Will-O-Wisp was very, very safe. So yeah, that was the big key, carry of the team, right? Was Talonflame. I knew Talonflame was the most important Pokemon on my team. And then the longer I looked at it, I just thought that Choice Band Excadrill was such an awesome choice. I didn't need to max it. I can Tailwind Earthquake next to Talonflame. I can Earthquake next to Moltres, Earthquake next to Rotom. Phenomenal. And you can even see that Team Oscure has a decent bit of ground weakness. Gengar's weak, Lycanroc's weak, Dracozold's weak, Cinderace, when it's a fire type, is weak. I realized that I don't need to Dynamax this Excadrill to just totally do a ton of damage. And I thought that was cool because, once again, I think Excadrill is so good because you don't know if it's Sash, Life Orb, Weakness Policy, Lumberry, all these crazy items. And I think Choice Band is just another one of those items that they might not see coming at all. And I feel like I don't have to max it. He can just sweep, and then I can, max Airstream with Talonflame in crazy situations, Earthquake. Max Airstream with Moltres while I'm continually earthquaking. I just thought Choice Band was sick, and I really liked it. The speed, faster than anything on his team. You don't have to go max speed in these situations, right? 88 base speed doesn't matter. I just made it so I'm faster than his 85s, which we've got Kingdra at 85. We've got Dracozold at 75, I think. Tapu Fini's 85 as well, so I was just faster than those. That's all I needed to do. Drop the rest in bulk. Max attack for big earthquakes, baby. And then, Sand Rush is always amazing. Sand Rush, Sand Stream. I didn't think I would need it, per se, with Tailwind if I can get up Tailwind successfully. But there are times where Cinderace starts popping off, gaining that speed. And, I do want the Sand Stream or the Sand Rush. And I also, a minimum speed Gigalith here. I thought that was big, because I'm still potentially afraid of this copycat Trick Room mode. And I think Gigalith does phenomenal against these Trick Room sweepers. Riolu can't touch it, Gigalith too hard. If it does want to hit me with like a Flash Cannon, Max Steel Spike, or Max Overgrowth, I'm going to take that in the sand, special defense boost, easy clap. My Weakness Policy is going to get activated, and I'm going to start blowing through stuff. I decided to make my only 2 attacks on Gigalith Earthquake, because, I've got all these Pokemon I can Earthquake next to. And Rock Slide. I didn't feel like I needed a fighting move or a steel move. I wanted ground because it hits everything really hard and to boost my special defense. And then Rock, set up the Sandstorm, Stab. It's super effective against a lot of this stuff as well. So I felt that was good. Weakness Policy. I'm bulking up my stats. Weakness Policy. I'm bulking up my stats. It's an item that's hard to play around in a lot of situations. I can even activate it myself in a dire situation with EQ from Excadrill. I thought it was just a safe item. I didn't feel the need for Lumberry or some kind of weakness, weakness berry like Pachot or something like that, Shucka. I didn't feel like I needed that. So I already knew I had a good core here. And then I was looking at Moltres. Now, I decided for Assault Vest Moltres. Moltres is already insanely specially bulky. 125, 90, massive. Okay, so I realized that AV Moltres is going to body any of these special attackers on Team Oz team. Fini is not going to be able to break through that. Kingdra, Gengar, Articuno, Riolu, they are not going to be able to touch Moltres in any way. But I am very worried about Dracozolt, of course. Cinderace is still kind of scary. Lycanroc, but I pretty much realized that the things that Moltres are weak against, Excadrill with Choice Band EQ is going to murder. So I just knew I'm going big special defense Moltres, baby. And I'm going to get rid of its physical weaknesses with my Excadrill. And I think that they're synergizing really well. The moves I went for were Snarl. Unfortunately, Moltres doesn't get Heat Wave. God, I would have loved to have Heat Wave on here. But Fire Wrath, Air Slash, don't want to go with Hurricane. Don't want to miss in these situations. Snarl's great. And then Sucker Punch. Catches things off guard. There's not really anything that much better on Moltres. And Sucker Punch is cool. Pick off those like low HP Pokemon. I went with Citrus Berry, Rotom, Mo here. Basic moveset. Helping Hand was the only real kind of big thing here. And I just kind of realized that, you know, AV Moltres might need a little bit of a kick to bring it up. Talonflame might need a little bit of a kick. Even Exurial and Gigalith, I almost said Jigalith because I think it's funny, might need that kick. And I thought Helping Hand was really cool. I kind of just realized that, you know, if I can't play Exurial, Gigalith, Talonflame, Moltres phenomenally, that Feeny could be an issue. So I felt like I needed to bring Rotom Mo. Rotom doesn't really look too amazing here against everything else except for Feeny. But I felt like I just needed him just for the Feeny in case it gets kind of out of control. Rotom sucks against Cinderace. It's bad against Pharaoh. Not good against Dracozolt, Gengar, Articuno, all this kind of stuff. But I wanted that extra little to beat Feeny. And it worked out. And I actually didn't update this here, but I last minute changed to Aqua Berry. I kind of realized the only thing that could kill Rotom in one hit were big fire moves. So Max Flare from Dracozolt. Max Flare from Cinderace, and then yeah, maybe like Sludge Bomb from Gengar is still gonna take me out, but I wasn't too scared of Gengar if I'm being honest. So yeah, I actually was Aqua Berry in our match, so I will let you guys know. But then this was my juicer of a set that I thought was such a cool option that maybe everyone just thinks Clefable is a follow me bot just to sit there and like be a support Pokemon, but no, man. Clefable was going in. Life Orb. Magic Guard. With Magic Guard, you don't take recoil from Life Orb. So, similar to Reuniclus. And, yeah, you don't get your item revealed either. So, you're not taking damage, but you're also not revealing your item. So, your opponent never really knows what your item is unless they frisk it or knock it off or something like that. So, we've got Moonblast for stab. And then Big Daddy Fire Blast for that pesky Ferrothorn, baby. And then I've got Follow Me just because it's an amazing support move. Why would I not just throw it on there and protect? So this was like a sweeper Clefable ready to just go in if it gets put into an amazing position. Because, I mean, let's take a look at Team Osc's team. I can hit Feeny with Moonblast. Great damage. Whoops. Almost knocked my headphones off there. If Cinderace changes to a Steel type to try and kill me, I Max Flare him back. Boom. Flare into Ferrothorn. Fairy into Dracozolt. Super effective. Amazing. Fairy into Riolu. Fairy into Surfetch. Fairy into Kingdra. Team's got a big Fairy weakness. And once again, Clefable might just look like a support mon, but Clefable could go in. And it's as simple as that, man. Yeah, I felt like my team was pretty darn good, but you never know with Riolu. Riolu could pull off Copycat Trick Room. It could feint my Talonflame like I talked about. It could just get a coaching off into Cinderace, and maybe Cinderace could just start blowing through my team. He could get the Trick Room up with Reuniclus, coach the Reuniclus' defense up, and I can't break through it. I knew Riolu was the scary one, and then Cinderace. Cinderace can run a million different moves. It transform into anything. A bunch of different items it can hold. So those were the Pokemon I were most scared of, and as you can see, I think I tried to prepare for them as much as I possibly could. So I think that's enough talking, everybody. Let's get into the match. So here we are. I see his team. I am delighted to see no Dracozolt. Honestly, I have Marowak with Lightning Rod who can just easily one-shot Dracozolt. So it makes sense that he didn't bring Dracozolt. I felt like I could have beat Dracozolt anyway if it was coming, but I just knew Moltres was even more safe when I did not see that Dracozolt. And then obviously there's no Reuniclus, so I also knew, like, okay, I don't have to worry about the Copycat Trick Room shenanigans. So I do see that there is the Rain Dance with Kingdra. I see that that's still on deck. I see that the coaching with Cinderace obviously is still there. Even coaching on the Lycanroc, Ferrothorn. Those can be pretty scary. But I know that I've got the tech with Clefable, with the Fire Blast. And so yeah, I was happy to see what I did see in this team select, if you will. So I end up going with the lead that I was planning on leading the entire time. I was almost definitely going Talonflame Exurial, and my goal was to get up Tailwind or take out the Riolu with Dual Wing Beat and then drop some big, massive Earthquakes. That was the game plan since the beginning. And then when I didn't see Dracozolt, and when I also didn't see the Reuniclus, I felt like I didn't really need Gigalith as much. I knew Moltres was phenomenal, and then I wanted Clefable for that extra special Fire Blast for the Ferrothorn in the late game. So that was my main plan going into this, and that's what I decided to bring. So there we go. We start out with a Cinder Ace Riolu lead. I think this is very good. I think it's very safe for him. He can, you know, go for Feint into Talonflame to get rid of my Gale Wings. Maybe it's like Scarf Cinderace. There's a lot of different things that can go on here, but I just know that I can Tailwind, Choice Band, Earthquake, hit that Cinderace before it can change its type, because I'm going to get the Tailwind up. And that was literally my thought process for sure. I was like, honestly, safe lead by T-Moss, but I thought I was in position to go ham here with this lead. So I was ready to click, I was just ready to click Tailwind Earthquake. So here we go. I go for Tailwind. I don't see a Dynamax on Cinderace. I am literally like, let's go, Cinderace is dead. And then Riolu clicks Copycat, and I was literally like, dude, I've thought about so many Copycat things, but I did not think about just copycatting my Tailwind. And I was literally like, dude, he got me. Like, bruh, he got me. I lose Choice Band X-Girl, turn 1. I do find out that it's Life Orb Cinderace, which I'm very happy about. I would have been more scared to see, you know, something like Shuckaberry or Air Balloon even. I think that those would be pretty frustrating to get through. Yeah, sure, Life Orb does a lot of damage, but I was just, I was honestly happy to see that it was Life Orb. I think that that's easier to deal with. I don't have to deal with some crazy secret tech or something. So, we definitely got a little bit outplayed there with the Copycat. I am totally willing to admit that. But Talonflame's still at full HP. I've still got the dual Wing Beat on deck. And I know Moltres is not going to be able to get like one shot from Cinderace, anything like that. So I know that I can just start max Airstreaming up. Moltres is tanky. And Talonflame's still on. So did I lose External and he matched my Tailwind? Yes. But I mean, Moltres is not threatened right now. So I still feel pretty good. And I need to know if that Riolu is bulky Eviolite or super bulky Focus Sash. I'm already thinking like maybe I'm going to drop game 1 here, but I need to find out more calcs. I already know about the Tailwind now. I know about the Life Orb. And now I need to know what else this Riolu has got up its sleeve. And yeah, so we see the max from Cinderace. Nothing too crazy. I assume that we're going to be trading like big max Airstreams going on right now. I miss the primals, man. I miss the primals. I miss like 2.5 minutes of animations on the DS. But okay, here we go. So I see Talonflame going first. That means no Quick Guard, no Feint, and would you look at that? My Talonflame doesn't have that much attack investment, but it was enough to take out the Riolu easy clap. And when I saw that, I knew I was in honestly really good position, because here comes the max Airstream. If he takes out Talonflame, that's cool. Moltres is still tanky. But then there we go. Moltres takes a little more than half, which is great. It means that I'm not going to go down to the next one. And I get to drop my own max Airstream. And once again, there we go. That's a clean, like, what was that? 30%? Honestly, I don't have too much special attack in Moltres, but I was a bit shocked at how little damage that did, if I'm being honest. So that might be a relatively bulky Cinderace, or I could just be like overestimating Moltres' damage. But once again, Riolu is gone. So turn 1, think about that. We traded Excadrill for like almost nothing. But then I immediately got to take out his Riolu the next turn. Talonflame's Gale Wings is still activated. I'm just checking my speeds, checking the Tailwind. And so yeah, Talonflame is in. And guys, this is a big turn. Big old Will-O-Wisp into Cinderace. Cinderace is, as of this second, it's a flying type. It just max Airstream. It is not touching the Misty Terrain. Pretty basic stuff, but even with Feeny, I'm Will-O-Wisping this Cinderace this turn. So 85% of the time, Moltres is taking a ton less damage here. So let's see how it goes. There it is. We hit the Will-O-Wisp. Talonflame is being a good bird and not missing any of its attacks. So burns Cinderace in Misty Terrain. Here comes Max Airstream. Obviously, it's going to do half the damage that it did prior. We take that phenomenally, and here comes the Berserk. So, yeah, Cinderace is going to take Life Orb recoil here, and I'm going to be hitting with a +1 Max Airstream instead. And if the Cinderace somehow fainted this turn, I would still be able to take it out with probably the burn damage would be enough if it barely survived. But we actually saw the Feeny go faster than my Moltres. So Feeny is relatively speedy. I'm not going to say it's insanely fast, but +1 Feeny outsped my +1 Moltres. So good to know. Good to know. But yeah, Bird takes him out. We take the Muddy Water, great. My Talonflame doesn't have much bulk. Pretty much what I was talking about with Feeny was I knew it wasn't like choice specs or something like that when Talonflame lived. So I was very happy about that. But then right here, when Teamos gets to send in his last Pokemon, I am hoping and praying that it is Ferrothorn in the back. I've got Moltres Gaming. I've got Overheat on Talonflame ready to rock. And I've got the big juicer Fire Blast Clefable in the back. So I'm literally praying, please, please, please show me the Ferrothorn. I think if it was something like Lycanroc or Kingdra, I don't know, things could have gotten a bit dicey because I can't really hit the Lycanroc too hard with Talonflame, that is. But here we go. Teamos is choosing his last Pokemon, and I was absolutely excited to see that it was Ferrothorn. I knew that I was in a good position after that. And I'm +1, +2. It's the last turn of Tailwind for both of us, but I am airstreamed up. And honestly, this turn, I had some decisions to make here. I think, like, Ferrothorn might protect here, and then Feeny is going to knock out my Talonflame, for example. And, of course, he doesn't know, like, what fire moves I'm packing. So I actually decide to drop a big max Darkness into Feeny to drop both their special defense. I think that's going to make it easier for Clefable and Moltres to just get through the team, because I'm fully expecting Talonflame to go down here. So I think that dropping the special defense is really, really good. Ferrothorn goes for the Protect. Very obvious, you know, he wants to get rid of the Talonflame. Great play. I go for the Overheat. I don't have Protect or anything. I want to take it out. Into the Protect. And then we're going to drop the Max Darkness into Feeny. Honestly, look how that was +1. Just +1. I'm not Life Orb. I'm nothing like that. I was honestly shocked because I got a crit. I actually forgot that I got a crit. Yeah, I was shocked that that did so much damage. So we get the crit with the Max Darkness. We drop the special defense. And look at this. Oh, look at that bird. Legit. I just took a Moonblast from Feeny with my Moltres at like 25% health. Eats it up. And that was huge. Right there, I was very validated on my choice of Assault Vest Moltres. Took it like a boss. And then once again, right here, I'm like trying to like weigh my options on my best play, because Ferrothorn can go for the double protect. And then, so think about this. Chance of double protect is 30. And then Talonflame can miss Overheat. So I think that Teamos's best odds here are to go for the double protect and either get it, or I miss Overheat and then double KO us with Muddy Water. And then I'm honestly not completely sure if Clefable could win the 2-on-1. But Teamos does not go for the double protect, and we hit the Overheat. And I was delighted to see that that actually O-code Ferrothorn. That means that there's no special defense investment into the Ferro. It must be heavy attack or a defense investment. And I go for the Fire Wrath because I might miss that Overheat like I talked about. And I want to, I'd rather have a big chance of flinching on both than go for like Air Slash, miss, for example. We see Pinch Bear from Feeny. This is honestly quite unfortunate. The Muddy Water misses into Moltres, which I'm literally just hanging on a thread with 3 HP. So Moltres is being a little bit of a haxer this match, if I'm being completely honest. We got the crit with the Max Darkness, and then we dodged Muddy Water. I don't know how much the crit really mattered. It helps. Of course it helps. I can't beat around that bush. But if Moltres died here, it would have been Clefable v Feeny, one-on-one. And the only way that I would lose this is if Feeny's Moonblast was able to do over half to Clefable. But the tides, you know, the tides change. They come back, and we actually missed the Air Slash there, 95%. That would have ended the game for sure. He was at -1. I'm at +1. That would have killed. But Clefable takes it great. And check out this Life Orb Moonblast. Actually just takes out the Feeny from right there. Feeny was at -1 special defense. But still, that's a big KO for Clefable to pick up. So Clefable clutches it. Feels good, man. I still feel like I had an amazing game plan. and I feel like I brought the right Pokemon. And it was pretty close because of the Copycat Tailwind. But this is where a lot of like mind games come into play. So as you can see, I got caught off guard by the Copycat Tailwind game 1. And that was an amazing play for Teamos to make. But I still ended up winning because the dual wing beat takes out Riolu in one hit. And that's huge. Like, Teamos now has to think, well, is he going to Tailwind again? Or he's probably going to go for the dual wing beat to Oko me turn 1, right? But then, you know, I could switch out Riolu, kill the Talonflame, and then he never has speed control for the rest of the game. And I'd be in a terrible position. Or he could just try and copycat my trigger. It's like all these mind games are going into this. What is Riolu going to do turn 1? But the thing is I still was able to Eakes it out, bars. I was still able to Eakes it out even with that Copycat Tailwind. So I know that the mind games are up to Teamos to decide. I am okay with exactly what happened in game 1 happening again. I am going to sit here. I'm going to let Teamos make the decision of, does he want to try and match the Tailwind, or is he going to, you know, potentially get in his own head and slip up, right? So I instantly lock in Tailwind Earthquake. I've already thought about all of this. It's, yeah, once again, can match me as game 1, or might get in his own head, go for coaching, go for the switch out, and then I know that Excadrill is going to just do some huge damage here. So let's see how it goes. And there it is. Riolu switches out turn 1. You know, maybe the Cinderace has Protect or something here, but when I see this happening, I am thinking like, yep, this might just be over real quick. So here we go. Turn starts. Cinderace is not Dynamaxing. We've already seen that it's Life Orb. Unless it's going for a Sucker Punch to change its type, it's going to get hit. He doesn't. Look at this Choice Band Earthquake. Obliterates Cinderace. And it does like, that looks about exactly 50% to Feeny. Maybe like 51, 52. And this is no, you know, there's nothing negative to Teamos here, but it was a big 50-50. There's a lot of, you know, plays going on in his head, but you guys know that I already decided that I can win this game even if he does copycat the Tailwind. So I was going for this no matter what. And we already saw that dual wing beat kills Riolu, so I'm going for it again. Riolu cannot do anything right now. It could quick guard and block the dual wing beat, which is fine, but it still can't stop my Earthquake from coming out here. So dual wing beat into Riolu, no quick guard. Riolu is gone. And then here we go. This is like potentially a roll on the Feeny. We already saw that the first Choice Band Earthquake did like practically exactly half. So this either kills Feeny or Feeny's going to barely live and clap back with Muddy Water. But Feeny goes down. I don't know the exact damage roll on that, but we literally saw the first one do 50. So it is turn 2, and it is a 4v1 against all my Pokemon with max HP, and I have Tailwind. So, yeah, it was a turn 1 mind game that pretty much decided the whole match. So I don't know. To be honest, Kingdra could like potentially bring this back in some ways, but I just drop dual wing beat Earthquake here. I want to do as much damage as I possibly can. And this is the big thing, is that Kingdra is going to max Geyser here, activate its Swift Swim. So it's pretty much going to give itself Tailwind, right? And that's going to make it faster than Moltres in the back, Clefable in the back. Talonflame can't really touch Kingdra. So I don't know. This game isn't like 100% over, but it'll be hard. So dual wing beat does, what's that, about 20%? Honestly, pretty okay damage. Choice Band Earthquake from Excadrill goes in, massive damage. Excadrill is just absolutely popping off right now. I cannot say it enough. But he actually opts to take out the Talonflame, and when I saw that, I knew that I think it was like completely over. Talonflame can't touch Kingdra. Excadrill's CB Earthquake is doing way more than Talonflame could do. So I already know that I'm literally about to get another CB Earthquake off next turn. And that was when I knew, like, I think this one's for sure over. Because AV Moltres comes in, not going to take anything from anyone. Honey Badger, going full Honey Badger here with Moltres. And yeah, so I mean, I'm just going to go for Airstream. I'm going to click Earthquake again. If T-Moz here decides to kill Excadrill, then Moltres is going to be faster with the Airstream. And then if he decides to knock out, if he decides to attack Moltres, I mean, Excadrill's just going to end it with another Earthquake. So we'll speed this one up. Big Dynamax energy. Boom, boom, boom. Yell, Moltres, yell. There's the Earthquake. Once again, I said that I was EV'd to outspeed everything, base 85. And even Kingdra under Rain is the same as my Excadrill under Tailwind. Excadrill goes down here, but Kingdra's obviously at extremely low HP. Moltres is going to go in with the Axe Airstream, and that will do it, guys, for week 2. Honestly, our game plan was executed perfectly. And then, of course, once again, this is nobody go out there and be like, T-Moz totally effed up here. It was a big mind game with that dual wing beat, knowing that it kills Riolu, him knowing that he can copycat my Tailwind. So there was a lot of mind games here. So, yeah, GG's to T-Moz, Comies. So, guys, that'll do it for week 2. I'm going to be uploading these videos every single week. So, guys, come hang out on the stream where you guys can watch these matches live, baby. Chat. Do your thing. Say hi, YouTube. Let's make it happen, baby. And, yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys over on the YouTube and here on Twitch, of course. Subscribe to the channel, baby, if, you want to support your boy. It goes a long way. So, much love, guys. Big Eakes salutes to, T-Moz. Good games, my friend. And, we'll be back with week 3.